Alright, so for Vlogmas day 17, I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. So I hit a wall. Okay? I hit a wall very bad with Vlogmas. Sorry, I had to turn the car off. I had the heat going and I'm getting a little warm. Yeah, your girl hit a wall with Vlogmas this year. I kept drawing blanks on new and funny and cute ideas that I had, you know, months ago. I'm gonna keep it real, like all the way real. Keep it 100 with y'all, okay? I have severe anxiety and severe depression. I was diagnosed a few years ago from one of my doctors. She's not my doctor anymore because she took another position at the location that she was at. But yeah, I have been hitting a wall. I have been driving myself mentally crazy. All right. I love doing YouTube. I really do. I love doing YouTube. I love filming. I love getting glammed. I love editing videos. I love, you know, learning new ways to edit. I love when they come out with new stickers, new emojis, new pop-ups, new sound effects, all that stuff. Like, I genuinely love it. It's just difficult for me because because you'll see other creators, other YouTubers, this and that, and they'll get, they'll do similar content to you, or like it, I'll compare myself to others in which, you're not supposed to do that, but that's life. That's what we do as humans. We always do it. We always do that, even if we don't plan on it, we don't mean to. That's just what we do. We've honestly been doing it since kids, especially back in the day. I will give an example. Learning, what was it? I think we were learning math or something with counting or something. It was something. And the teacher had told us to go get like beans or something from the store, like to use at home to, for like counting or like whatever it was we were doing it for. And me and my dad went to the store and he went and grabbed the thing of beans, and your girl got mad. Okay? I got mad. I was like, no, Dad, we need these beans. Because this is what the teacher said. This is what everybody else had. This is what we need. This is what I'm going to get. This is what I need. He was like, no, because it doesn't really matter what kind of beans you got. Like, it doesn't matter. That's not what it's for. You need it for doing your math or your counting or whatever we were doing. And like, I low-key got mad because I'm like, why am I going to get this when everybody else got these kind of beans? It was like, I think he grabbed black beans for me to use and everybody else had like lima beans or something, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Everybody had lima beans and I had black beans, and I'm like, why are we getting black beans? I want lima beans just like everybody else. I want to be able to, do what everybody else is doing. And, me as a kid not realizing, like, it doesn't matter what you use as long as you're understanding the concept and getting, understanding the concept and getting what the teacher's trying to say, And another thing that I would try, God, this is so stupid. This is so dumb, you guys. This is so dumb. Excuse me. Sorry. Hold on. All right. So your girl would try to live the life that my friends were living, okay? And most of my friends were not like me, okay? We'll say that to say so many things. They were not like me in any way, shape, or form. They told their parents what they were gonna do. They told their parents no. They would rebel against their parents. They would talk back. They would, You know, do everything that you're not supposed to do as a kid when it comes to your parents. You're not supposed to disrespect your parents. You're not supposed to, you know, be bad towards them. Just disrespect in any way, shape, or form. Cussing at them, not listening, not doing dishes, not taking the trash out, not cleaning your room, etc. Y'all. So, your girl would try to do some of those things, okay? Your girl would try to lie, would try to, you know, show attitude towards my parents, would try to say no, would try to rebel, would try. Let's just say your girl would try, and that's it, okay? Like, no, that shit did not fly at my house in any way, shape, or form. No. They don't tolerate disrespect. They don't tolerate lying. None of that. None. Just no. Just none. And it was sucky for me because growing up, my step-siblings, because that's what they were, my step-siblings, I have no blood sibling of any kind. I am one of one between my two parents, okay? My step-siblings, they would lie, steal, cheat, every and anything, and guess what? They would always get away with it. Always get away with it. Every time, they would always get away with it. Yeah, they would get caught, like, every now and then they would get caught, but for the most part, y'all, they would get away with it, and it would be so annoying to me, okay? I will talk about a situation, okay? So, growing up, my dad was allergic to cats, so we could never have a cat. But when he got married, his wife wanted cats. So, of course, we got cats, okay? And, you know, one of our chores was cleaning the cat box out. And I had cats at my mom's house, so I would clean the cat box like you're supposed to. Get a bag, scoop it out, throw it in the trash, or get it, put it in a bag, scoop it in the bag, and throw the poop in the trash. Not the bag. I would throw the bag in the trash. You know, but flush the poop down the toilet. Y'all. Or like sweeping the kitchen or sweeping the living room or whatever. And we had, you know, rugs, so you'd have to lift the rug up, sweep under the rug. You guys, this is beyond annoying, okay? So I would go to my mom's house for the week or however long I was with my mom, and then I would come to my dad's and have to do my chores and clean and this and that. Tell me why these lazy motherfuckers wouldn't even empty the cat box correctly. They would take all the poop, scoop it in a corner, and cover it up with litter. And then another thing, they would never sweep the floor properly. Like, they would sweep the floor and then put all the dust under the rug instead of just sweeping it in the dustpan and throwing it in the trash. And then, of course, when I go to clean and do the cat box and everything else, I'm finding all this dirt, all this nasty stuff. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? But God forbid, let me slack on any damn thing. Let me leave a fucking dish. Let me leave a fucking dish in the sink in the morning before I leave for school. Oh, it's a whole fucking conundrum and a fucking problem. I'm lazy. I'm this and that and this and that. Like, it's fucking crazy. So, moving forward, I'm older, you know, trying to have a little boo thing, date or whatever, I would call it. I wouldn't even call it dating because I didn't really go, like, when I had boyfriends, like, I would never go out with them. Like, we would just talk on the phone and, like, see each other at school and hold hands. Like, it was never anything crazy or serious. But, yeah, so my other homegirls, they would be, like, full-blown, like, dating. Their boyfriends would meet the parents. They would go out to the movies. Like, regular dating how it was supposed to be, okay? They would be cheating on their boyfriends, lying. They would be telling their boyfriends they're at my house with me and not tell me. But, like, they'll tell me, like, the next day. They're like, oh, I told him I was at your house. And I'm like, bitch, if you're gonna put me in the lie, I need to know I'm in the lie, okay? Like, so I could, you know, work the lie accordingly. Let's just say that. Like, I was a ride or die homegirl for my friends back in the day. Like, it was so funny. It was so funny. And it was crazy. Okay, so in high school, here's the sitch. Okay, I'm not gonna say anyone's name. I'm gonna use code names. All right. So one of my homegirls, we'll call her Flip. Okay, because she was Filipino, so we'll call her Flip. My other homegirl, we will call her Blondie because she was blonde. And then my other homegirl, she had blue eyes, so we'll call her Blue Eyes. Okay, so Blue Eyes and Flip and Blonde, and then it was me. Okay, we, you know, our group was cool. You know, just like every girlfriend group in high school. I had met Flip first, and then I met Blonde in class, and then I met Blue Eyes in class as well. So we all met like our freshman year or summer into our freshman year of high school. And we were friends for, you know, for the summer, and then, like, of course, as soon as school started, you know, we started hanging out and stuff. Yo, so funny. So Flip, she would, okay, so Blonde, Flip, and Blue Eyes, okay, they would kind of talk stuff about each other to me. Yeah, it got real awkward a lot of times. Being the friend that I would always do my best to give my friends a safe space, so they can, you know, come to me, express their feelings, say whatever they needed to say, you know. Just trying to be that good Leo friend, okay? I'm ride or die. I was ride or die for my friends. I was ride or die, you know. And it got to a point where me and Blue Eyes were in the bathroom, and she was just like, oh my God, I'm so sick of Flip and Blonde, this and that. I'm like, why? What's going on? Because, like, yeah, we would have our side conversations between ourselves. Like, Blonde and Flip will have side conversations. Blonde and Blue Eyes would have side conversations. Me and Flip would have side conversations. Like, it's just side conversations going on all over the place. You know, everybody's in a side conversation. And Blue Eyes was just like, oh, I'm so sick of this. I wish, like, we could all just sit down and, like, everybody just get whatever off their chest they need to get. Like, I'm sick of going in between everybody. Like, she's like, I'm just sick of the fakeness. Like, I'm just sick of it. And I'm like, yeah, like, I feel you. I get it. Like, I get it. She's like, okay, so what are we gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you think we can have this sit down? Like, do you think this is going to be a good idea? Like, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do? And then looking back on it, I don't, like, we never had the sit down or, like, whatever it was we were going to have, because, Blue Eyes ended up meeting her boo, which is my fault because I was talking to his friend, and we met up at the movies, and he was like, oh, bring a friend for my friend. And of course I brought Blue Eyes with me, and they got serious, started dating. So, you know, the group started slowly but surely disbanding, and you know, we would only really talk and see each other like in class, and then outside of school me and Flip lived together for a short amount of time. And after I moved out, like, of course, I got in a serious relationship and then just drifted away from everybody. Like, my relationship was like my everything. It was crazy, very codependent, and a whole other story for another day. But yeah, it was just crazy. So I learned the hard way. I could not do what my other friends used to do. I could not live the way that they were living, because the way my life was set up, I didn't come from that lifestyle. I was very sheltered. Like, they were sheltered also, but not in the same way or same aspect. Like, they were still able to go out on dates. They, you know what I mean? Like, they had a lot of freedom where I had barely none at all. And it's just crazy because I was never like the bad kid. I was a good kid. Like, yeah, I literally, like, I maybe lied to my parents like once. Okay, no, twice. And like growing up, like, it was literally that. Like, and like my step siblings were, you know, they, compared to me, I was an angel compared to them. Let's just say that. Growing up, they were a little wild childs. I wasn't that wild. You know, I had a moment here and there, but it wasn't, no. They never had to deal with as much from me as they did with anyone else. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, like, I had to learn the hard way that I cannot do what my counterparts do. I could not live the way they live. I could not say the things they say. I could not just do the things they were doing. Like, one of my close friends, we're not as close as we used to be, but we used to be very, very close. Let's call her Valerie. We'll call her Valerie. No, her name's not Valerie. Yes, I do know someone named Valerie, but no, this is not about her. Okay, it's about someone else. About one of my closest friends from back in the day. I got, like, my parents did a very good job about scaring me into not being sexually active at a young age, we'll say that. I was too scared, too nervous. I didn't want to come home pregnant. I didn't want to get an STD. Like, your girl was freaked out. Okay, your girl was freaked. But, I eventually did, you know, become intimate with a boyfriend, and when I did, we were together for almost 3 or 4 years at that time. So it wasn't like just a regular boyfriend. Like, we were like planning a life together. Like, we were gonna get married and everything else. But yeah, like, it was just crazy because my homegirl Valerie, she was active in the community. Okay, like, sucking D and everything. I'm like, girl. Okay, I don't know when she lost her virginity or anything like that. Like, I don't know any of that. Like, I don't think we've ever talked about that. But I remember one time after class, I was standing in front of the auditorium, and where our auditorium was, it was like over here, right? And like the school parking lot was like all the way over here. So I could see her from where I was, like, in front of the auditorium, right? And this was when I had like my first little brick Nokia cell phone. It was yellow. I will never forget it. It was prepaid. Okay, prepaid. So I was calling her. I'm like, Valerie, this and that, where are you at? Blah, blah, blah. We're supposed to meet up. Because we were supposed to meet up, and I think I was going to her house after school. And she ended up dipping off with her boo, okay? And I'm calling her. She's not answering. I'm standing there, like, looking at the street, like, oh my God, where is she? Next thing I know, I look over, basically looking this way. I look over, and she gets out of the back seat of this car, and her boo comes out. I'm like, and of course, she calls me when she's, you know, like, walking back. I'm like, girl, what? She was like, yeah, girl, we were getting it in. She's like, we ditched last period, and we decided to just hang out in his car, and we were hooking up this and that. And I'm like, girl, in the back seat on school campus? You know we had security, right? You know anyone could have literally walked by and saw you. Like, we had security that would drive around on their little golf carts and stuff. Like, it was crazy the way our school was built. But yeah, like, I was just, like, you know, she told me the little story and stuff, and, you know, my sheltered ass living vicariously through her. I'm like, oh my God, girl, what? No, what? And he took the condom out, what? And then he put it on like this? Oh God, girl. It was so funny. It was so funny. But, yeah, I love her. She's so sweet and funny. We're still pretty close, to this day. Sorry, I think my lash is trying to lift on me, but it's okay because I'm about to be done with this vlog in a second. But yeah, long story short, your girl learned the hard way. Okay, I cannot lie like my counterparts, because someone always snitched on me. Like, even if it was nobody was there type situation, the truth would always come out. Like, I would never tell on myself. Like, it was crazy. I could never get away with nothing. It was terrible. It drove me crazy. It drove me nuts. And it's crazy because now that I think back on it, growing up, what happened? It was one of those random days. I can't even remember. Me and my dad were doing something, and he was like, you know, you can't do what everyone else does, right? And I'm like, huh? You know, like, what? Going completely over my head. Like, huh? What? Huh? What do you mean? And he was like, you can't do what everyone else does, because you're not like everyone else. And in my head, you know, my ass, I'm like, what does he mean by that? Like, does he mean I'm slow? Does he mean I'm, like, retarded? Like, what? What does he mean? And that's what he meant. That's what he meant. You are a biracial woman in America. Yes, you are surrounded mostly by white people and people of color and people of Asian descent. And yes, you're surrounded by a melting pot, but you can't do what your counterparts do in any way, shape, or form. And your girl didn't get the message. Dad was trying to put me up on game, and your girl was not trying to listen at all. Okay, your girl wasn't trying to listen. So yeah, I learned the hard way. And I used, y'all, looking back on it, I used to like low-key embarrass myself, and I didn't realize what I was doing. Okay, the lash isn't lifting. I'm just tripping. And I didn't realize what I was doing or anything like that until like a few years ago. And until after I had kind of separated myself from the group when I had got in my serious relationship. I like quit hanging out with everyone, in honesty. Because I was, you know, trying to be on grown stuff. Okay, I was trying to do grown-up things. You know, the guy I was with, he was a little bit older, not like 7 or 10 years older, no. We would have went to high school together. That's how far apart in age we were. So it wasn't a crazy age gap or anything like that. But yeah, it was crazy. Crazy. Just crazy things. But yeah, so that was how I learned the hard way, that I cannot do what everyone else does. I cannot try to sit and live the life like everyone else lives when, number one, I wasn't raised like that. Number two, that's not how my life is. And number three, they have access to things that I will never have access to. And it took me a very long time to understand and realize that, especially nowadays. Because, you know, it's just a lot going on. Everyone wants everything right now, and nobody wants to work for it. Everybody wants everything handed to them on a silver platter for doing little to nothing. You know. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to this Vlogmas, Cali gang. I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified as to when I post, and so that you are up to date with my content, because I'm gonna be posting a lot more frequently after Vlogmas. I might try to post every 2 days, like every 1 to 2 days versus 1 to 3. I'm not really sure. I gotta figure that out. If you guys have an idea on that or a suggestion, please put it in the comments. I really appreciate it. Also, put down in the comments if you guys ever experienced that, or if you know what I mean by that, or just say hi, because I really like reading your comments. I appreciate your comments. It's just nice to see the comments. But stay safe and blessed, Cali gang, and Vlogmas is almost over. Your girl's chucking through. I'm chucking through, and I'm doing my best to just be on it, be consistent, and be, excuse me, be disciplined, and just do my best. I'm thinking about trying a new video editing app, but then I'm not really sure. I'm a little nervous because I've used the one that I've had now for so long. I know it so well. I can literally probably edit in my sleep. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, stay safe and blessed, Cali gang. Mwah. We up.